Have you ever stopped for a moment and listened to nature? Not just looked at it, but truly listened. The rustling leaves, the flowing rivers, the distant songs of birds, and the whisper of the wind. Nature speaks a language older than humanity itself, a language without words, yet full of meaning. In a world obsessed with speed, productivity, and constant noise, nature remains patient. It does not rush, it does not compete, it does not seek validation. And perhaps that is why it holds some of life's deepest lessons. Look at a tree. A tree spends years growing before it becomes strong enough to withstand storms. It does not compare itself to the trees around it. It does not hurry its growth. Every season serves a purpose. During spring it blooms. During summer it flourishes. During autumn it lets go. During winter it rests. Nature teaches us that growth is not constant progress. Sometimes growth means blooming. Sometimes growth means letting go. And sometimes growth means simply surviving until better days arrive. Yet humans often resist this truth. We expect ourselves to be productive every day. We fear rest. We fear failure. We fear falling behind. But nature reminds us that every living thing follows cycles. Even the strongest forests experience winter. Even the mightiest rivers encounter obstacles. Even the brightest flowers eventually fade. And still, life continues. Perhaps one of nature's greatest lessons is the lesson of impermanence. Nothing lasts forever. The sunrise eventually becomes sunset. The blooming flower eventually returns to the soil. The mountain itself slowly changes shape through wind and rain. Many people fear change because they see it as a loss. But nature reveals a different perspective. Change is not the enemy of life. Change is life itself. Without change, seeds would never become trees. Without change, rivers would never carve valleys. Without change, caterpillars would never become butterflies. Everything beautiful in nature exists because something was willing to transform. The ocean teaches another profound lesson. On the surface, waves crash endlessly. Some are gentle, others are violent. But deep beneath the surface, there is calmness. Human life is similar. Our minds are often filled with worries, fears, and distractions. These thoughts are like waves. They come and go constantly. Yet beneath them exists a deeper self, a quieter place untouched by temporary storms. Nature invites us to remember that inner stillness, to stop chasing every wave, to stop fighting every current, and instead learn to flow with life. The mountains teach resilience. For thousands or even millions of years, they stand against wind, rain, snow, and storms. They are not strong because they resist everything. They are strong because they endure. Many people believe strength means never breaking. Nature shows us otherwise. Strength means continuing despite difficulties. Strength means standing through storms without losing your foundation. Strength means patience. A mountain does not become a mountain overnight. Likewise, meaningful success is rarely instant. The deepest achievements require time. The strongest character develops through struggle, and the greatest wisdom often comes from hardship. The forest teaches interconnectedness. No tree stands completely alone. Beneath the soil, roots connect with one another through vast underground networks. Trees share nutrients. They communicate danger. They support weaker members of the ecosystem. Nature reminds us that true survival is not based solely on competition. It is also based on cooperation. Modern society often encourages individual success above everything else, yet nature reveals that thriving communities are stronger than isolated individuals. The stars teach humility. On a clear night, look up at the sky. Thousands of stars stretch endlessly across the darkness. In that moment, many of our daily worries suddenly appear smaller. The universe is unimaginably vast. Our lives are brief. Our problems, though real, are often temporary. This realization is not depressing, it is liberating. It reminds us that we do not need to control everything. We do not need to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. Sometimes, we simply need to exist, to breathe, to appreciate the miracle of being alive. Nature never tries to be something it is not. A river does not wish to be a mountain. A flower does not wish to be a tree. The sun does not compete with the moon. Each element fulfills its purpose without comparison. Yet comparison has become one of humanity's greatest sources of suffering. People compare their appearance, wealth, success, relationships, and achievements. Nature offers a simpler path. Be what you are. Grow at your own pace. Follow your own season. Trust your own journey. Perhaps this is why people often feel peace when surrounded by nature, not because nature removes life's problems, but because it reminds us of truths we have forgotten. Truths about patience, truths about change, truths about resilience, truths about connection, and truths about ourselves. In the end, nature is more than a collection of trees, rivers, mountains, and stars. It is a mirror, a reflection of life's deepest wisdom. And for those willing to slow down and listen, nature has been teaching the same lesson since the beginning of time. Everything grows in its own season. Everything changes, everything passes, and yet life continues beautifully.